A very good evening to all our viewers. You're watching World News on CVR English with me, Asma Afreen. White House Press Secretary Caroline Leavitt said that the emails in question did not reveal anything incriminating and only discriminated that President Trump had not only engaged in wrongdoing. She explained that Trump had expelled Jeffrey Epstein from Mar-a-Lago because Epstein was considered a pedophile and described as a creep. According to her, the decision reflected Trump's disapproval of Epstein's behavior and his willingness to associate with him. The remarks were intended to emphasize that the evidence presented did not implicate Trump in any misconduct and instead highlighted his actions against Epstein's presence.
These emails prove absolutely nothing other than the fact that President Trump did nothing wrong. And what President Trump has always said is that he was from Palm Beach and so was Jeffrey Epstein. Jeffrey Epstein was a member at Mar-a-Lago until President Trump kicked him out because Jeffrey Epstein was a pedophile and he was a creep. And this email you refer to with the name of a victim that was unredacted now and has since been reported on in this room, so I will go ahead and say it, Virginia Giuffre. And it was CBS's own reporting, Ouija, that recently wrote that Miss Giuffre maintained, and God rest her soul, that she maintained that there was nothing inappropriate she ever witnessed, that President Trump was always extremely professional and friendly to her. And it just shows how this is truly a manufactured hoax by the Democrat Party. For now they're talking about it all of a sudden because President Trump is in the Oval Office. But when Joe Biden was sitting in there, the Democrats never brought this up. This wasn't an issue that they cared about because they actually don't care about the victims in these cases. They care about trying to score political points against President Trump.
Why are White House officials then meeting with Representative Boebert in an effort to try and get her to not sign this petition calling for the release of the files?
Doesn't it show transparency that members of the Trump administration are willing to brief members of Congress whenever they please? Doesn't that show our level of transparency? Doesn't that show the level of transparency when we are willing to sit down with members of Congress and address their concerns? That is that's a defining factor of transparency, having discussions with members of Congress about various issues. And I'm not going to detail conversations that took place in this. These emails prove absolutely nothing other than the fact that President Trump did nothing wrong. And what President Trump has always said.
President Trump signed legislation to